Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Crystal and this is Books Forever After, where I sit on my floor, we talk about everything and all things books and nothing but the books. Alright, so today we are having another book haul, and this one is my birthday book haul. My birthday was in May, and it's been a few weeks since then. I am filming this at the end of June. Per usual in my MO, always late to everything right now. Or delayed in everything, at least where it comes to book 2. So because of that, we're just going to also combine anything I got in May before my birthday, and then also like pre-orders and things like that, you know, library sales, but also everything in June as well. A lot of things happening in May and June. We had the Ever After-a-thon in May, which is also celebrating my birthday and just all things historical romance and just romance in general. And then we had Mother's Day. And then in the first week of June was the Big Ohio Book Con, and that will be a vlog slash book haul that will be a little bit later, so probably in a couple of weeks or so, going through all the editing and such for that. I just had to film the book haul part for that one. So you'll have all the deets for that. I did come out of my shell a little bit, just a teensy bit, and got a little bit of footage for that one. So that's my really excitement of the whole book con there. Got to meet some lovely authors, and yeah, that was really fun. So yeah, we have a lot of mixtures here today. So I have birthday gifts from friends. I have birthday gifts in general that I had. We also had a Barnes & Noble open up recently too. And so have some for that. Now for that one, we actually was able to, I actually didn't have to spend a lot of my money. I actually was able to spend, I had gift cards and such, and so I used that to buy my kids books as well, and then I used some for books for myself as well. So that was a lot of fun. And then I also got some really cool things there, so I'm really excited to share that with you. And at the very end, I have a very long-awaited, over a year for, and I am super excited to share that with you as well. So sit down, relax, go ahead and grab a snack, because it's going to be hopefully not too long. It's not the largest I've had in a while, but it's still a sizable haul. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. First thing that's really exciting is, so my kids got me, I think it was for Mother's Day, or was it remember? It's hard to tell because May is my birthday and Mother's Day is only a few days or a week before that. So things kind of get smashed together, so it's hard to remember or hard to recall. But lately my kids got these for my birthday. So there's some mugs that they got, some bookish mug here, which I thought was really cute that my son picked out. It's got, yes, a little wrap around there, which I thought was really cute. So now that I've shared it with you guys, I'm super excited. Now I can use them. So this one's got little kitty cats on it. So yeah, I'm gonna have one for here and one for work. So super excited about that. So that was really cute. And then also, we got bookends. Now, this one has like Pride and Prejudice, as you can tell. More historical romance themed. There's a reason for that. So this is going to really be really cool to help support the final thing I'll share with you at the end of this video that I'm so excited to share with you, that is so long awaited. So yes, that is super cool. So now I get to use them and put them out there, and you'll definitely see as well, everything as well, going through a book reshelf reorg, as you can tell a little bit. We are already in the stages of it, and I think I only have a bit, like the last quarter left to do. Now that I've shared all my haul, I can do my bookshelf reorg. So just a little tidbit in that. So super excited to get all this done, so now I can share this all with you, and these are the last little bits I gotta put on my shelf, so I'm so excited for this. This is a long-awaited day and a very exciting day. And then for my birthday, oh yeah, so at the Barnes & Noble one, so it was around my birthday, so I don't remember when, it opened in May as well, so it's a little bit mishmash. But they didn't really have, of course, historical romance, but they did have a historical fiction or a mystery by Sherry Thomas, and I did read Sherry Thomas for the Ever After-a-thon, her historical romances that she had there. And so we have this one that I'm excited to try out. The first one, it's called A Study and Scarlet Women. It's her Sherlock Holmes or Lady Sherlock Holmes series. So I'm excited to try this out. Let me know if you've tried her historical mysteries. I'm really intrigued and excited to try this. And then of course for my birthday, and what I read in the Ever After-a-thon, that also was pre-ordered, was The Last Lady Bee by Eloisa James. I read this in the Ever After-a-thon. If you want to hear my thoughts on this, go ahead. I will link the most recent HEA or History episode 2 for the Ever After-a-thon. I did read this and I have it signed by the author as well. This was at the Ripped Bodice, so that's where that was at. So I ordered it from there, an independent bookstore there. And then I had a gift card for my birthday, and so I ordered this from the author. And it's an author that I just was fed to from my Instagram. But it's exactly the type of historical romance that I love and adore and want more of. And it's a dark historical romance, so where the romance itself is dark as well, I believe. I don't know if it's gothic per se, but it's at least a dark historical romance, and I'm really intrigued. It is called My Lord's Captive by Caitlin Regal, I think, or Regal. And she is a local author as well. She's in Ohio. I think this is her first release as well, her debut. I hope that she does the Big Ohio Book Con next year, because that would be really cool to be able to meet her. It's signed. She also sent a art print, which is really cool. And the art is done by Shy.Illustrator, and I'll have that there so you can check out their Instagram. And then she also sent me a letter as well with it, which I thought was a really nice touch, and I really appreciate that. So yes, super excited for this one. This one is an arranged marriage. so excited for this one. Yeah, it's a Victorian era romance with an ex-naval officer who is a new Earl of Gainsborough. He is a morally gray monster of a man who delights in two things: the suffering of his peers and the gorgeous daughter of his most unfortunate enemy. So in a settling of debts, Miles conjures a devious plan involving a marriage of convenience to steal away his unwitting new wife. Little does she know she is about to be captive to the terrifying man known only as the Raven. So really excited for this one. I am trying to hold myself back. I don't know why. I kind of want to read this in August or September, just because it's the start of fall vibes. But who knows, I may do it in July. But there's so many fantasy releases that I'm trying to get ahead of to do rereads that release in September and October. So it's a bit of a dilemma. But yes, I definitely want to get back into historical romance now too. I know it's in summer. I usually read a lot of more dark contemporary romance and fantasy and all that kind of jazz. And just rom-coms, but I am excited to try this. I definitely am reading this year for sure. Not now, in the fall for sure. So this sounds so good and right up my alley. And then the other thing that I ordered as well as part of it, that was for my birthday, which was the whole series of their new recovers of the the Evolution of Sin trilogy. Totally different new covers. They're more people covers and such. I actually liked the other covers too as well, but I think she also has like a independent publisher now. I'm not sure exactly. It's been a while since I read a Gianna Darling. Way back in the day, right when I was starting to read more romance or just dark romances, and I fell in love with it, particularly the other two sisters. And I did get a chance to read The Frenchman, which was the first one, in May, because I needed a bit of a mix-up with all the historicals. I didn't love it as much because this does have like cheating in here, but it's that kind of cheating that it's kind of, so you know, content warning for that. But I loved the angst, as I recall before, but this one is, they're just dumb. At least he is. I don't know. It was like a stupid reason to have an affair on vacation. It was just so dumb. So they'll find out the repercussions, obviously, in the book 2 and 3. I don't know. I remember loving them, especially the book 2 and 3, but we'll see how I feel reading them again. I do know that I absolutely adored and loved the other two sister stories, and I can't wait to get that. So that's why I'm trying to reread them, because she also had published at one point recently, I think this past year or so, the brothers story as well. So I really want to, I just love this whole series. I love Gianna Darling. Gotta get caught up. The other birthday presents that I got from some friends here on BookTube. So thank you guys so much. You're so sweet. Books are my love language, as we all know. So I feel very loved. So this one is from Becky. She got me Tempting the Bride, which is, I think, book 3 in the series that I was reading in the Ever Afterthon. So I'm excited to read this. I am really enjoying Sherry Thomas's book, so I'm excited to read that one and continue on in this series. And then I had this one on my list as well. Jen from the Book Refuge and like Crystal's Bookish Life was reading this one for their book club that they do more seasonally, so every 3 months or so, every season basically. And for their summer season, I think they're doing this one. Was it spring or summer? I don't know. I think, yeah, it's spring. This one is My Lady, My Lord by Catherine Ashe, and I heard really good things about Catherine Ashe, but I don't know about this one now that I've heard some of their feedback. Now that they had the book club, because I wanted to read it in May because they're going to have their book club at the end of May. Unfortunately, time is a thing and I didn't get a chance to read it. And it also, because especially surprised with this by Becky, I really wanted to read it for that month as well. I'm still intrigued by it. I'll see how I like it. I know Jen eventually after the halfway point really enjoyed it, but it's a bit of a sci-fi bend, I think, with a gender switching that happens with this. So that's all I know. So I don't know much about it. So I am just a little apprehensive now, but we'll see. I'll definitely read it sometime. I don't know when now, but I'll definitely I have to be in the right mood, especially like with historical romances. The only other thing that's kind of like a really big shift like that is time travel, which I just adore that whole sci-fi part of a time travel. Remembrance by Jude Deveraux is like my favorite, my first exposure to a time travel historical romance, and it's still my top fave of all time at this point in time. But yeah, this one's a little bit interesting, and I'm intrigued to try that one. Amber got me from Amber Reads Modern Romance, which I don't know how the heck did she have the time, but Amber, oh my gosh. So thank you so much, Amber, but everyone needs to go follow Amber Reads Romance and just give her all the love and such. She's been going through it with her health situations that happened during the Ever Afterthon. I'm just so sorry, the things that just been going on for her medical and things like that. Keep on keeping on, and I am just, she's one of the really good souls here on BookTube. I just love watching her videos and chatting with her on Instagram and just, talking about books. We have similar book tastes, and especially in dark romance, and yeah, she's a good one. So thank you so much, Amber. This one is another Sherry Thomas Delicious. I don't know, I think it's a different series that I was intrigued by. It was on my list. And then also Harper St. George. This is the first of her newer series, The Doves of New York. I do have her series before that I'm wanting to read. I didn't get a chance to. That was on my list to read in May. But I definitely want to read Harper St. George this year, at least get started with her and her series. And I definitely wanted to support her as well. The third book in this series was not continued or picked up with the publisher because of publishing just kind of like really just putting the brakes on historical romance and not really publishing and not continuing contracts. So she had to do her last one and this one as independently published. So trying to support her as much as I can. Definitely is one of those things that we gotta support where we can. Unfortunately, historical romance right now, that's really going to be in the indie spaces. So excited for this one. This one is also like a Gilded Age heiresses kind of stuff here. So really enjoy that time period as well. And then Kristen had gotten me, so thank you, Kristen. I will also link her channel down below. She got me Barbarian Mind by Ruby Dixon. I am slowly trying to collect these. I love Ice Planet Barbarians. It's such a fun sci-fi romance, alien romance, and yeah, I just enjoy this. And I love the new covers, and I just love these. And I will slowly collect these as I can. I think I've read the first two, so this is the third one. I only owned the first one and this one, so I definitely need to pick up the second one and just keep on continuing on. So yes, I hope they continue in publishing in this style. This is an illustrated cover that I can definitely get behind. I have a couple like normal orders and such like that I'll talk about. Pango and then some other stuff. So this one was the pre-order that I had last year that was actually supposed to be sent last year, but the publication got delayed until I think this April or March. I forget when this was done. So I don't remember if I actually shared this one, but this one is Birds of a Feather by Kate Stewart. This is the Ravenhood Legacy series. The Ravenhood Brothers series is my like 6-star absolute favorite. And I definitely want to do a reread this year, so I continue on and read this, the Legacy series as well. Absolutely adore this series, and I just can't wait. Love it, love it, love it. And also, this one is my last official finally. I've had to skip a couple of boxes because it was one of those where you like prepaid for the first 3 boxes or something like that, because there's 6 boxes a year, because you get a box every other month. This is the Arcane Society, and this is I forget what series this is called, but it's the Nisha J. Tooley. We have A Heart of Night and Fire, and then Dance of Stars and Ashes, so the first 2. Now, I love me some special editions. I've just gotten fatigued on it, and it wasn't worth it for me because you have to pay for another book again, like the book price, the subscription price again, to complete your set. So to get another 2 books. So if you really wanted them to match, get all 4, get in a series, you'd have to pay basically another box for it as an add-on, and you had a very limited amount of time window to do that, and that is just doesn't make sense for something that I don't know if I'm going to like the series and such. This one, I do own this one, I think, in one of her other YA series in paperback and such. So I do own those ones already. I don't own this particular series, so I get to try it out this way. But yeah, it didn't make sense anymore, and I had prepaid, so finally I was able to cancel that. So I do enjoy this one because I do have like some art sometimes in the end pages, but that's really what I want. I want more vellum pages and a ribbon, more character art and that kind of thing. That's really what I'm wanting in a book. I want it at least maybe be a little bit more interactive in some sort of fashion. For that, I know a lot of people just buy them to collect them, but I'm like a kid in a candy store. I want to actually open it and get to read the book and experience it. And again, it just didn't make sense that these are gorgeous, but it doesn't make sense unless it's like an absolute favorite of mine of a series. Even the Spark of the Everflame series, I couldn't even justify that because I didn't like the design, and they wanted $75 for the 3rd book. And granted, that 3rd book is really expensive, and the times that they are, everything is just so expensive now. It just didn't make sense. So these are gorgeous. I hope I love this series. I think I have actually and the first one's always signed. So I think I actually have, I'll show this one too as well as I'm talking about it. I think I have in my TBR jar as a selection of like reading some of my special editions. And that's really the other thing too, is now that publishers are doing all these special editions and like the deluxe editions for the first one, these special editions don't feel as special anymore. I mean, this is definitely higher quality than you're going to get on your run-of-the-mill one at the store, at the bookstore, but it's getting a little bit, unfortunately, a little too much for me. And I definitely am still going to buy deluxe editions on ones too, if I like the design, if it's pretty enough, you know, that whole thing. But some of them are not, or aren't exactly that elaborate to need a, like, sprayed edges and stuff. But to each their own, that's just my own opinion. But yeah, so this one, I'm probably doing this poorly, but this design is really nice too. Because even the flip side of the Spark of the Everflame series, I didn't really like, or my preference. I love the purple in this one. That's like my favorite color, so it's like made for me. So yeah, this is really pretty. Love that. See, I want more character art, but at least they have the characters on the covers. I like that. I'm always going to like to see the characters on the covers somewhere on the book. I love how some of them are doing step backs, really. Basically a step back in books now. On the flap of the paperback, or just the first one of the first pages. Kind of using that historical romance. Granted they're not like paintings and things like that. They're more illustrated like this, but still really, really good. So yeah. Just my only side tangent on that one. Just feel a little bitter on that one sometimes. And then here I have some of my Pango Books one. I have, I think I've already shared this author before, but this is Karen K. These are signed by the author. These are Native American historical romances, and she is, Karen K is an owned voice as well. And this is definitely an author that I want to delve into. I haven't read too many Native American ones. I think back in the day I may have read a few like Westerns, but they weren't necessarily Native American ones. And yeah, a lot of these are own voices authors, and I know there could be some questionable content, but since this is an own voice person as well, I think it's good to see that representation in books. So yes, super excited for this one. So this one is Lone Arrow's Pride. It's signed there. It says for Irene. So my name is Irene now. Yeah, and she says hello, young lady, in language too. See, that's really cool. That is a really cool thing. And we have War Cloud's Passion. And I think she's also indie a lot now. She's also still publishing. She's been publishing indie. And I think she's on KU too as well, if you're interested in looking for her. So yeah, another one there. That is really cool. You're the best. This one says like, thanks for all your help. So I don't know if this person was like an assistant or something. That's really cool. This one is Red Hawk's Woman. I just love that, like the story behind it. Okay, now be, yeah. That is just cool. I find that so cool. I love that. And that story behind it. So yes, these are going to be really additions to my library, and I really to enjoy for years to come for that. I have another one as well that is a time travel Native American one, and that is by Judy Aiken, I think. A Love Beyond Time. That one really intrigued me just by the blurb on it as well, and it's in really nice condition. Basically hasn't been read before, but a time travel romance. I love it. She's in Montana, 1999. She's an anthropologist. She's going to be doing a dig at Little Bighorn, but there's rumors of an artifact theft make her question her commitment to going there. When news of the problems reach the ears of renowned American Indian Affairs lawyer Dylan Wolfe, he threatens to shut the project down. Sleeping in a tribal teepee passed down from Dylan's ancestors, Ryan is sent back in time, the perfect place to set an old trap to catch a new thief. And she travels back in time to Montana in 1876. So that is just so cool. And then I have some here as well from Pango that was some, this sounded like a very epic, dramatic historical romance, like Pirates, a Gatsby kind of thing. I think I have 1 and 2 or 1 and 3, but this is like an epic story. All 3 books follow the same couple, I think, and it's just their epic love story saga. It just sounds amazing. This one is Night Song, and then this one is Love Song. So I think Love Song's first. It sounds amazing when I was looking at it. So that's what that cover looks like. Around there. And then Night Song. Around there. Just so cool. And then I found, I think it's one of her older ones. This is Truly by Mary Balogh. So adding to my never-ending collection of Mary Balogh. And it has that little keyhole cut out step back, which is really cute. I love it. Love that. So yes, I think it's this one's a standalone. This one is set in Wales during the 1800s. There is a lines are drawn between rich and poor, landowners and farmers. One man dares to stand alone, a man who would give up his title, his land, and his life for love. Sounds like a bit of like a forbidden romance. It's between, she's a minister's daughter, and he's the man born of wealth and privilege. So sounds really good for that one. I have another, if we're just gonna keep on like the library sale, like thrifting kind of lane here. Picked up these at the library sale very early in May, I believe. This one is Blackthorn's Bride. So these were like literally 25 cents. 25, 50 cents that I got. And then we have, I think this one sounded intrigued. This one has a bit of a, I think it's like a bit of a second chance or something like that. And she has to like be a, yeah. He had rescued her at one point and something happened and she despises him from before and that whole thing. So there's a little bit of that whole angst and drama there. So that one sounded really intriguing. And then this one is Elizabeth Boyle, Memoirs of a Scandalous Dress. Love that. It has a little bit on the back as well. And then this one is The Shocking Secret of a Guest at the Wedding by Victoria Alexander. I'm just trying to collect as much of these ones. And this one just has like a landscape step back. And then I found a couple proper romances, and I'm getting really into these ones. I really like these ones. Proper romances to me are really following that Pride and Prejudice kind of feeling, at least like the movie adaptations, where there isn't any like spice on page or any kind of that most you'll see is like a kiss, that kind of a thing. It's a lot of more like tension and just yearning feeling that I found. And this one is A Captain for Caroline Gray by Julie Wright. So that one sounds really good. So like a sea one there. She has to like travel on there, and he's the captain on the ship, on the passenger ship. So yes, that one there. And then this one is The Valet's Secret by Josie S. Kilpack. This is in York, England in 1819. So she is a widow and he is working as a valet or someone down in the kitchens and such, and I think we find out that he's not exactly of the working class. So a lot of drama and things ensue from that, I believe. So yes, sounds really good. And the next is kind of this is more recently, I think in June and such. There was the release of some fantasy here and a couple romance, and then I have a really special one to share with you in the last here. This one is The Ballad of Falling Dragons by Sarah A. Parker. This is a very, very big release, very epic, high fantasy romance. Love this art, the frayed edges. And my friends at work are so bad influences because they're like, she just loved this one. So I loved The Shield of Sparrows. I just got done reading both of those, and that won't be finished till March, but I just love being able to read at least the first two, or most of the books in the series before the series is completed. So excited about that one. So yes, I'm excited for this one. And then because of that, I was like, you know what? I do have the paperback, but I needed them to match. Let's be honest. And finding the original hardcovers are really hard to do. But I was able to find an old library copy from Thrift Books, and all I had to do was basically in pristine condition with the sprayed edges. So I don't know if you want to know about my tricks about that, but there's tricks that you can do for taking the things off from the library covers and things like that, and other things that I do, like how I take care of my books. I don't know if you would be interested in just knowing what I do for that. Things that I've learned along the way. I mean, it's not anything probably special than anybody else, but those are things I just find that I do that I prefer to do. Had to peel away. They did glue it, so I was a little bit scared taking it out. So it's like this last page, I it's still kind of glued, as you can tell, to there. So yeah, I'm too scared to take that one off. But yeah, these, at least these are like really glued in. So I might have to, if I'm really ambitious about it, I'll have to do that. But generally they come off really easily. No stickers on the actual stuff. But so yeah, that was just amazing. So now I have covers that match, and I don't know if that's what you're seeing opposite or if I need to go this way. I can't tell because of a mirror right now with my thing. So yeah, so now they will match, and it's kind of funny how like the blue is going with that, so totally different edges, but at least they match, and that is a reader's dream, the book collector's dream right there. I think this is like what, the third Goodreads giveaway I've won this year, which is, there's been years I haven't won any yet, for years, and then I would win one the past couple of years. So it's funny how this year I won 3, and I am just shocked, and just so shock and all, and just really appreciative of it and thankful. And this one I saw was a Second Chance Romance, and I was like, oh yeah, and I think I own the first one. I'm like, I want to read this series. And then I realized when I got it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is that really popular series everyone's talking about when I got it. So I was like, oh yeah. So this one's releasing in October, and I'm super excited. And so because of that, I had picked up the other 2 as well that recently in the new covers, because I had the old cover in the first one, and so I was gonna wait, but I'm like, oh, I got the art copy of this one. So this one is Undone by Peyton Corinne. So this is the 4th and final book in the Undone series, and this is Undone. Second Chance Romance, and I've heard great things about this whole series in general, very angsty and yearning, and that's the kind of romance that I want to read, and that's why contemporary romances don't usually do it for me, because I want that yearning and angst, and a lot of times it's not really that high stakes kind of a feeling. So I am super excited to read this one. You have no idea. So I'm excited to read this one. I have an art copy, which is I rarely have art copies, and so being able to have an art copy is just a very, very special thing. So excited for that. And so yes, I went to Barnes & Noble recently, and I saw an announcement that they were going to switch the ones before, because I started the cover change with book 3. So I did pick up that, which was Unbound. So we have that, and I was hoping to pick up 1 and 2. They didn't have 1 and 2 yet, because that was the one that they're going to release in the new covers. I was able to find Unsteady in there, which I think just released when I found it, like that day or 2 after. I think book 2 is also being released now. Bookstores are starting to like purchase it. I think they're going through the older covers. So Unloved should be in covers and stores right now, or in a new cover very, very soon, if not now. So excited about that. So I have Unsteady. So yeah, I'm just super excited about that, and I am definitely going to be reading Unsteady in July, because I've just heard so many good things about this whole series, and I was really intrigued to read Undone, but then, you know, I'm a completionist because I want to read a second chance, but I don't want to start here. If there's context and such in the other ones that I need to know. So that is why I want to read Unsteady for July for sure. I just have to pick up Unloved, and yeah, this is just amazing. And the grand finale, the thing that I have been searching for or waiting for so long, and I thought I was never going to be able to get it because of reselling being up to $400-$500. But then they announced that they were re-releasing this series and republishing it, and that's the Illumicrate. And if you know, you know. That is the Bridgerton set by Illumicrate. Oh my gosh, guys. Waiting over a year. This is my absolute favorite series, and I can't even hold these all. Like, this is ridiculous. Okay. That makes that little like thing here. So yes, this was like a happy birthday to me, which this actually came in mid-June, so this is why I'm just combining everything now. But this is like the best happy birthday present ever too as well. So the Bridgerton set series, all of them the hardcover with the sprayed edges. I love this series so much, guys. You have no idea. Yeah, this was the first one here. Here we go. We have The Duke and I. Just love it. I love the series. And it is going to have a place of honor on my new bookshelf over here with those bookends on my little sofa bookshelf here. So I am just so ecstatic, guys. You have no idea. We have the Viscount Who Loved Me. Oh my gosh, this is just favorite series ever. I've been a stan since 2000s of the series. It's been hilarious. I've reread this one, An Offer from a Gentleman, several times. Really, this whole series several times. I absolutely love them. That one's my favorite, as well as When He Was Wicked. This one is Miss Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. No idea, guys. Oh my god. And then To Sir Philip with Love. Just love it. That was another favorite of mine. But When He Was Wicked, it's the creme de la creme. It's One in An Offer from a Gentleman. I just love them so much. So good. And then It's in His Kiss, The Diamond, which if you know, you know. That's what I love about this, is it is kind of these images on here are related to something in the story, which I just love. I love that. And then, yeah. And then On the Way to the Wedding, Gregory's book. Love it. The ring, the dove, like seriously. You guys. So excited for this. This is like, I have never been as on the edge of my seat just waiting for this. It felt so long, but I am just so excited to have these. So that is it. That is it. I am just a happy camper, and that is just the best thing ever. And I can't wait to show you guys these on my shelves. So I think what's next is you'll probably have the Big Ohio Book Con vlog soon too as well. Whenever my reorg vlog is very soon here too as well. It's almost done. I still have a bit pieces to do, but yeah, that is it. So there's more to come, guys. It just takes a bit of time now. But I have so many clips and such. But here we go. Yes, this is that. So excited to have this. Oh my gosh, you know what I mean? No idea. All right, well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much for those that have gifted me books and such. You don't ever have to do that, but I do appreciate that you did, and I will definitely look forward to reading those as well. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.